Happy morning, children. We are into next session now. Okay. So we have completed the poem, and followed by that, what we are going to do now? After the completion of the poem, we are going to see the book back exercises. What is the poem we have completed? It is poem number 3, Rain on the Roof. Have you enjoyed the poem? After reading the poem or after listening to the explanation of the poem, Rain on the Roof, do you have any idea buzzing into your mind? Do you feel like writing poems? And I know that many of my students, they have this habit of writing poem. They are interested in poetry. Why don't you do that, children? Are you having the same habit of writing poems? You can write your own poem on rain, or you can write your own poem on the period of lockdown or COVID-19. So this beautiful poem, I think so, it has given you a good picturization of rain on the roof. After listening to the poem, after listening to the explanation of the poem, do you feel like writing any poems? If you have that feeling, just go ahead. Okay, just go ahead and start writing poems. Will you do it, children? Yes. Today we are going to discuss the book back questions of the rain on the roof. Before going into the book back exercises, I have introduced a new poetical device in this poem. What is that? Come on, see the word which is given for you here. Tinkle, patter. What is a poetical device? So tinkle is a word which represents sound, which stands for the representation of sound. We used to say tinkling bells. As such is patter. Patter is the sound of the raindrops. Raindrops, when it falls on the roof, that sound is called patter. What is the sound of the raindrops? It is patter. The sound, the repeated sound of the raindrops on the shingles, on the roof. So what is a poetical device used here? What is a new poetical device I have introduced here in the poem? Is there any guess? Okay, you are right. Onomatopoeia. So this is the new poetical device which I have used in the poem. Onomatopoeia is the new poetical device which I have used in the poem. Have you noted down the correct spelling of the word, children? And have you make a note of it, all the sounding words? See, the reason why I am giving stress again to this poetical device is, I know that you may not be familiar with this figure of speech, or the spelling of this figure of speech may be confusing. In order to make it clear, here again I am stressing on this area. Onomatopoeia is a poetical device which talks about the sounding words, and here in this poem it talks about the sound of the rain. Are you clear with the poetical device? Okay. To start with, thinking about the poem, this you can see that in your textbook. And children, we are doing the textbook line by line. It is better to follow the textbook, and it is better to follow the video with the textbook so that you can write down, you can jot down the ideas. Like 20% of you are doing it. I'm happy for you. Regularly 20% of you are doing it and you are sending me. I'm really happy for you. And I am very much worried about the one who is not doing the work. This session is for everyone, children. So if you are going to listen the video without writing, it is of no use. Start writing in your textbook. Think about the poem. What do the following phrases mean to you? Discuss in class. Here it is given, discuss in class. That is the reason why we are discussing these answers in this session. First sentence. What is the first sentence? Humid shadows. There is a phrase called humid shadows. When I taught you the poem, if you have noted down it there in your first stanza, you'll be clear with the meaning. Humid shadows refer to the dark clouds that bring rain. Have you made a note of it? Humid shadows refer to the dark clouds that brings rain. Come to the next question now. Starry spears. What is called starry spears? Starry spears refer to the sky at night time, which is full of stars. So here the poet talks about the sky. Starry spears refers to the sky at night time, which is full of stars. Humid shadows refer to the dark clouds. Starry spears refer to the sky at night time, which is full of stars. Come to the third point now. What is the third point? What a bliss. What is the meaning of the word bliss? The word bliss refers to happiness, or it refers to blessings. Refers to the happiness of the poet when he listens to the raindrops falling on the roof. When the poet listens to the sound of the rain, he could get some happiness in his mind. He could get some happiness in his heart, and that gives him a feeling of being blessed. That is considered to be a bliss. That is considered to be a blessing. So, what a bliss. Bliss refers to the happiness of the poet when he listens to the raindrops falling on the roof. Are you clear with these three answers, children? Okay. To start with, the next question. 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. It refers to various imaginary thoughts or various imaginary dreams that leads to fantasies. And you can even say that all these imaginary thoughts, okay, it is leading him to a fanciful world that happens in the poet's mind. Where it is happening? It is happening in the poet's mind. You can see that in the line over there. It's like an echo of his heart. All these imaginary thoughts, it is like an echo of his heart. Next. 1,000 recollections weave their yarn threads into woof. I have explained you this line. 1,000 recollections weave their yarn threads into woof. What does this line mean? The poet recollects numerous memories, n number of memories. What is the meaning of the word numerous? Plenty of memories in his heart that join together to form a beautiful picture. That joins together to form a beautiful picture in weaving threads meshed together to form a pattern. So what is the meaning of the woof? Meaning of the word woof I have already given you. It's like a blanket, or you can give a pattern to it. The poet recollects numerous memories, and that numerous memories join together to form a beautiful picture. And how that beautiful picture are interconnected? They are interconnected using the yarn threads. They mesh together to form a pattern. So that is what 1,000 recollections weave their yarn threads into a woof. Are you clear with this line, children? Make a note of it. So these are the phrases which I have explained you. Now let us move into the next thing. What does the poet like to do when it rains? You will be able to answer this question. Okay, before I give you the answers, come on. You just tell me what will be the answer for this question. What does the poet like to do when it rains? Listen to the answer. When it rains, the poet likes to lie with his head pressed against the pillow in his cottage chamber bed and listen to the sound of the soft rain. Yes, this happens in first stanza. You are right. He is pressing his pillow and he is lying down. When he is pressing his pillow and when he is lying down, he is able to enjoy the pattering sound of the rain. When it rains, the poet likes to lie with his head pressed against the pillow in his cottage chamber bed and listen to the sound of the soft rain. And he is ready to listen to the sound of the soft rain. Where these lines are? Come on, point out from your textbook where these lines are. It is there in first stanza. Are you clear with this, children? Okay. Have you make a note of it? I'll wait for you to just take down all these points. It is better to write it down in your classwork notebook, children. It is better to write down in your classwork notebook all these points, because many of you are telling me like, ma'am, if you are going to discuss the answers, it will be clear for us, ma'am. That is the reason why I am going with book back exercises. So make a note of it. That is going to help you. Or if you have any problem in sentence formation, these ideas will help you to frame sentences. You can write your own answer and you can give it to me in my WhatsApp number. I'll check and I'll tell you. Copy down this answer or go with your own answer. Shall we pass on to the next question now? Okay. Read out the next question. What is the next question?